Hey Rudy, hope you're all doing well. This is technically a filler episode, but I'm gonna name it episode 2, for now at least, until we get something interesting, or at least a co host. It's a little bit boring to talk by myself here, but today's episode is gonna be a little bit interesting. We're gonna do a tier list, because I don't have anything better to do, I guess. I mean, and hopefully in the next episode, we're gonna do some more interesting stuff. And I'm also recording these in advance, like a month or two in advance. So I really don't know what's happening currently. And yeah, if there's anything, yeah, kind of planning to probably by the time you see this episode should be like around the 10th of January or somewhere around there. I will probably be starting a new series which is gonna be goated at least in my own opinion. Uh, Hitting back at the employers who scammed me. Still, like 5 days later, we haven't been paid. So I guess it's time to do or to take things into my own hand. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an open source solution that is an alternative to their solution. Just for the hate, for the pure hatred that I have. No, not technically, just for the love of the game, actually. For the love of game of hate. No, well, actually, not really. I don't really hate them. I'm just like really disappointed, and in that sense, I really wanna get back at them. And the only way I can think of as a software engineer, I don't have a lot of money, so I'm gonna. This is my hair, like it's gone or some shit. Anyway, the only way I can hit back at them is by doing something that they wouldn't imagine, and that is designing something like theirs and a much better version. I'm even gonna take you through the process of creating the idea, like designing the features, how I'm gonna integrate the features in to the system with other features that exist, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, we're gonna be like purely web based. Um, I guess. Anyway, that's for the series. I guess there should be like an episode or two by now. I hope. I'm gonna try and release like 3 episodes per week, where I like design. It's gonna be like an offline live stream basically, where I talk as if I'm developing it at the moment. Anyway, let's do this. First of all, the first. Okay, so I have like technically two tier lists. One is I'm gonna. So the first one I'm going to do is my favorite programming languages, or at least how I feel about each of these programming languages. The second tier list is gonna be about which ones I'm really like planning to learn. And this one I'm gonna rename F to I haven't tried, and S tier of the ones that I enjoy. And let's start from the first one, assembly. Okay, let's say I despise. I don't care. Average. I have to give them good names, you know. Not bad. Good. Goat. These are like much better names, you know what I mean? Like these should be. There we go. This is much better actually. Mm, can I like? Can I like not increase it by like 0.5 or something? I don't think I can. So I'm gonna just keep the share on Facebook, I guess. We split it. Let's go on this. Much better. Okay, assembly. I've used assembly surprisingly. It's kind of like a super annoying language. It's really difficult, but I mean, it's like an original, one of the first languages that were created. So I really don't hate it, but in a sense, I don't enjoy it as well. I don't despise it. I know it is like important in a sense. So I'm gonna put it in. I don't care, to be honest. I'm not gonna learn it. It's not. I don't like it that much, but I don't despise it. Kind of, it's fine. Probably maybe we should put on average. Yeah. If it's like okay, so this is like a list of my favorite languages. If it came to a list of what I recommend, I probably put assembly as an F tier. Bash, the goat. That's why he's the goat. Bash, I can do a lot of things with Bash, but I mean, I do like whole pipelines to deploy web applications, microservices with Bash. All of them Bash scripts. And in my GitHub Actions, I just call that Bash script because that's the easiest way I can think of doing it. Technically, it's not best practice. I don't know if what's the best practice in those. I'm not. I haven't yet started doing like any DevOps learning or DevOps engineering. I'm not willing. I don't have the time to do that. And I've seen a lot of people who pretend to be DevOps engineers, and they are not. Especially in my previous job that I was kicked from uh, without even a notice. C++. Okay, it's made to be controversial. C++ is a goat. I haven't used it for much, but I've read some code bases. Okay, let's take it good. Yeah, now that I remember that I've read some code bases, I remember how confusing C++ is. Super annoying, you know. But it's good. It's a really good language, actually. Okay, let's keep it in good. C++, I haven't worked with it much. Barely some working like to. So the only time I use C++ is when I got like a repository of a Postgres template, a Postgres extension, excuse me, and I wanted to like run it and install it. It didn't want to install because there was an error in C++, and I tried to like go and fix it. The error most likely is from my side because there was like a lacking library, but I went to the code and tried to fix it either way. It didn't work. My fix didn't work. But it worked by installing like another extension, so it was fine. Dart. I don't like Dart. I'm gonna be honest. It's created to like be used in Flutter. I don't like Dart. I don't like Flutter and I don't like Dart. Elixir I haven't used. Erlang I haven't used. Go I haven't used. Lambda I have used. No, I haven't used actually. But I'm memory. So Java. Java is good as well. I mean, C++ is still, in my opinion, a little bit better than Java. For a single thing is that it's like super powerful, super performant. But Java, on the other hand, is also kind of really good. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I haven't worked a lot with Java. I just use it to learn like design patterns and stuff like that because it's like the language we were taught to use. Design patterns. And also I've used it to create some microservices for my school projects because it was the language we were supposed to use. I couldn't use my favorite language, which I'll get to eventually. Which from what which now that I'm seeing, I don't find it here. Um, I gotta find another one. Maybe how can I edit like this one? Can I edit it? I cannot edit it. Okay, yeah. Let's do this. So C sharp. We're missing C sharp. Like, brother, what? How can you miss C sharp? It's like it is the language. It's the language we want. I don't care about any other language. Let's go select C sharp. Yeah, it was added. So this one is one add C sharp as well. Super interesting that I didn't notice it actually until it's too late. But anyway, I was talking about Java. Yeah, we used it for microservices. It was such a good experience. Not gonna lie. I mean, working with Spring and Spring Boot is a it's like a walk in the park in a sense. But I mean, once you go a little bit deeper, it's going to be a little bit more confusing. And recently, Java has been making a lot of good changes to its like core, if can call it that, or it's making things a little bit easier. But so is C Sharp. They are doing much better job. JavaScript, I despise. I don't know why. I just hate it. Honestly, like I really don't know why. I've worked with it. I cannot work with JavaScript. Like, I mean, I can take the libraries and use them in my projects because I mean, I work as a full stack developer, but well, I mean, full stack is kind of an understatement, if I say so myself. But I really don't like the language. I'm not even gonna discuss like the downsides. It's such an inconsistent language that I like. You can do two actions and have a different. It's like you know like the law where they say you do two actions and expect a different result. Yeah, with JavaScript that kind of works. The same action, well, let's not say the same, but in a sense, very similar actions can cause like very different results. Kotlin. I have used Kotlin for barely like 5 lines of code to fix one of my friend's projects, and I really don't have any opinion on it, to be honest. It's not that I haven't used it. I mean, I'm gonna say it's average. I haven't used it much for me to give an opinion on it. Dart, I used it a lot. I used to like I learned Flutter for like 3 months, 4 months, and then I didn't like the way the applications are done with Flutter, and then I quit. I don't know what is this. It's like yin yang or something. I don't know what this is. Lua. I didn't work with Lua. Perl. I didn't work with Perl. Sadly, PHP. I mean, PHP is average. We used it with the PHP Storm. It's called PHP Storm, and also Laravel. Laravel was I don't know. It's like average. It's like working with MVC in C Sharp. It's not that bad of an experience. I haven't worked with PowerShell. I don't like it. Python. Oh yes, another despise one. I don't like Python. And the one thing I hate about Python is the weird indentation things. I know that's like the main feature of Python. Not the main feature, like the main characteristic of Python, but I don't like it. Actually, I don't. I just don't like it. But you know what? It's kind of average. I used to do like my first programming language was okay. It was Visual Basic, but the first programming language was Python. I used to do Flask, and then I found that Flask is kind of super repetitive in some sense, and I quit. I tried to learn Django, but it was way more complicated. I quit, and I went to C Sharp, and here I am now. Ruby, I haven't used it. Rust, I haven't used it. I'm kind of planning to use Rust, but from what I can see, like with FFmpeg and the rest, I might not use it. Okay, now we're good. What is this? This is Scala, I think. Yeah, this is Scala. I haven't used Scala. Swift, I barely use Swift. Like barely use Swift, so I cannot say anything. Technically, I use it in my .NET project with Xamarin, where I needed to like do some custom stuff for iOS. But I like basically copied the code. I don't know anything about uh, what is it called, Swift. TypeScript. I haven't used it, but I like it. It's not bad. I mean, I've used it technically. I did the Angular for like some study modules, and I don't find it like a bad language. It's not a bad language. It's kind of cool. At least it's just like a better JavaScript with types and everything. I kind of like the languages that are like how do I say strongly typed. Like you have to specify types and everything, and if you don't, you're gonna get destroyed or something. I don't know. C sharp, goat. Do I even have to explain? I don't think I need to explain. You know, C sharp has been my favorite programming language for the past 5, probably 6 years, even. No, actually, since 2019, I've been doing C sharp. Well, I mean, I've been learning. And then in 2020, I started actually working with C sharp. 2021, my first professional project with C sharp. And yeah, up till now, kind of old. I feel super old. With this, we have finished our tier list. It's kind of super biased, to be honest. It's kind of funny, but yeah, I haven't used a lot of these languages. Go, I've been having my eye on, but recently I've cancelled. Ruby, I wanted to learn it once, but I cancelled. Elixir, R, nope. Swift, barely. Scala, nope. What's this? Lambda. I think this is Lambda. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, all of these I haven't tried most much. Yeah, let's go to our next one, which is the one what I'm planning to learn. Assembly, nope. Bash scripting, I'm planning to advance myself to the maximum. C++, it's like I want to learn it, but I don't have time to. Dart, I really don't want to learn. Elixir, nope. Erlang, nope. Go, probably like it's barely up there. Lambda, I don't know. Java, I already know, but I want to advance a little bit on it. JavaScript, nope. Well, I mean, to be honest, I want to learn a little bit more JavaScript. So I use them a lot in my applications. Kotlin, it's a bit up there. I don't know what this is, to be honest. Lua, no. Perl, no. I haven't found a way. PHP is like barely kind of. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. PowerShell, I don't use Windows a lot, even though this is I'm recording on Windows still. Python, I really want to because it's required for my PhD. I can't do anything without Python, sadly. Yeah. Okay. Ruby, I don't know. Rust, no. Scala, no. Swift, I don't think so. TypeScript, I really want to learn it. I'm gonna keep it like this. C sharp, I already know it, but okay, let's make C sharp first. Python here, Java here, C++, Kotlin. Yeah, this is like the list of what I want to advance in. C sharp and bash scripting, I really want to go to like the best to be the best. I want to catch them all. Like the Pokemon thingy. It's not funny anymore, I guess. TypeScript, because I want to do a little bit more front end in some diverse frameworks. Currently, I use Blazor. It's super good for any like front end application I need, but still, I kind of want to change things a bit, if you know what I mean. Python, because I need it for my PhD. Java, to be honest, I don't have like a use for Java yet, but I know it a little bit, so I can like advance in it in a sense. C++, I was kind of interested in like rendering and some complex calculation stuff, but in a sense, I don't need it. Kotlin, if I want to do like some native mobile development. Go, GS, and PHP, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, even Go, I don't want to learn it. JavaScript, barely. PHP, also barely. I guess that's how it goes. Let me find another tier list. Well, sadly, I couldn't find anything interesting to show you, and I guess that's how it goes. As I mentioned, it's like a filler episode. I'm not sure how long the previous episode was. Let me check for a second. Yeah, this one is just filler. I was just gonna talk about programming languages, and now I'm like blinded by this light. Man, let's go back to this page. Um, yeah, I'm super blind. Whoa. What's the story with all these lights, man? Anyway, let me check. As I said, the next series will be like I originally wanted to do it for a portfolio. I had like the videos ready and everything, but for like the system design wasn't up to my standard. So yeah, the previous one was 26 minutes, so we're gonna keep these episodes short and like super fast. So, yeah, I'm thinking of recording like episode 0 because that's gonna be for 1st of January. The next one is gonna be for 8th, and this one is gonna be for the 15th. Yeah, the 15th. Episode 0 is gonna be like an overview of what happened and everything. It's gonna be like the longest episode. Yeah. Hope you're doing well. See you in the next one, I guess. Hopefully, we have a co host. I don't know, maybe somebody wants to record videos with me.